Up to you there. In fact, I'm joined in by Mr. R.P. Singh on the phone line. Mr. Singh, the attack right now seems fairly premature when we sort of weigh in on what the opposition is saying, considering this data in no way so far has been able to establish if there's been any quid pro quo involved, not just for the Bharatiya Janata Party, but even taking Trinamool Congress and the Congress into consideration.
Well, long back, some 20-30 years back, there used to be a weekly magazine named Manohar Kahaniya. So something of that sort. I mean, they can keep planting, thinking, or ideating something or else. They have all the right to do that as opposition. But fact is, there's nothing of this sort. I mean, it's just all baseless, without any evidence, without any proof. And then again, matter is sub judice. Matter is under with the court today. And let court take a call, whatever court like, it will be implemented until and things will be taken care of as per the court order.
Right, and in fact, the court has asked for that unique number of those electoral bonds to be shared as well. Having said that, when political figures like Mr. Kapil Sibal, in fact, have gone on record to say that an SIT probe should now be formulated only to probe into this matter further, how will now the Bharatiya Janata Party be proving their own innocence that this was that entire funding involved no quid pro quo?
Who's Kapil Sibal? What local standing he has, other than being a member from in the Rajya Sabha nominated from the Samajwadi Party? They can keep doing this. Mr. Kapil Sibal is in the habit of doing such things. So let court decide whatever he can. He's a lawyer. He can go to court.
Okay, it's not just Mr. Sibal, but even people like Priyanka Chaturvedi, many other political figures have come on record. Several opposition voices are now, in fact, gathering momentum, and they are galvanizing this entire issue. They're saying that it needs to be probed. That in terms of who was the ultimate beneficiary, where was the money going to? Mr. Singh. All right, Mr. Singh is no longer with us on the phone line, but let's quickly go to Pallavi, who's also on the phone line with us. Pallavi, one important, crucial discrimination that needs to be made at this point is the whole confidentiality versus transparency debate, something that you were also alluding to earlier during the day. Having said that, contextualize the opposition's attack at the moment when nothing can be made out of this data beyond who was the maximum beneficiary.
That's right. And in fact, just to step back very briefly into the past, in 2019, when the idea of electoral bonds was introduced, and this was a kind of a brainchild, if I may say so, of the late and former finance minister, Mr. Arun Jaitley, the entire idea was to put a stop to what was called black or dark money, which was being justified or converted into white by way of political donations. That is something which the government then felt that bonds means that you very clearly know who's purchasing the bonds and which political party is getting those bonds, and that is how clear as it gets. So once the Supreme Court verdict came out which struck down electoral bonds, there was a concern within the government quarters also that the entire purpose of cleaning up the electoral system has received a huge setback. Even the data which has now been put up on the EC website, which came out late last evening, there are two parts to it. One part is about the beneficiaries and the second is about the donors. But to find a link about who's going to be paying, who has paid, how much a party has received, who are the person who's given it, that is still remains a grey area. Now that is something on which the Supreme Court has passed a judgment on. But the point which the government has been making is that our entire purpose of electoral bonds was transparency. But inherent in that is the idea of confidentiality, which all of us have a right. A corporate sector, almost everyone gives it to almost every political party, and he is very safe in the fact that his identity is not going to be revealed. But now you're going to reveal the identity and the assurance which you gave him when you introduced electoral bonds, that has been compromised. Second, you and me, Akansha, when we go into a bank and we open an account, nobody, not even a relative, can get access to our bank account details till we allow them to do so. That's also a level of confidentiality. That is also something, or the banking law, the procedure also being compromised. That's the concern within the government.
Absolutely. Many thanks to you, Pallavi, for putting that entire story into perspective for us. And with that, let's now quickly